Big family update. OutDaughtered couple Adam and Danielle Busby reveal Blayke Busby is ready to marry. For years, fans of the Busby family have watched their journey unfold on screen and online. From the very beginning of their reality television fame to the everyday moments they share with millions of followers, Adam and Danielle Busby have become one of the most recognizable large families in modern reality TV. Their story has always been about love, parenting, challenges, and the beautiful chaos that comes with raising 6 daughters. But recently, a surprising update has sparked excitement and curiosity among fans everywhere. According to the latest family news, Adam and Danielle Busby have revealed that their eldest daughter, Blayke Busby, is now stepping into a completely new stage of life. The big family update suggests that Blayke may be ready to think about marriage. For many longtime followers of the Busby family, this news feels almost unbelievable. After all, viewers still remember Blayke as the sweet little girl who became a big sister overnight when Danielle gave birth to the famous Busby Quintuplets. That moment was one of the defining points of the family's story and helped introduce millions of viewers to their unique life. Back then, Blayke was just a child learning how to share her parents' attention with 5 newborn sisters. She quickly became known as the responsible, loving big sister who helped whenever she could. Fans admired her maturity and the gentle way she interacted with the Quints. Over the years, audiences have watched her grow up right before their eyes. From school activities and family trips to birthdays and emotional milestones, Blayke has slowly transformed from the quiet big sister into a confident young woman with her own dreams, personality, and future. Now, according to the recent family update shared by Adam and Danielle Busby, it seems that Blayke may be thinking ahead about what the next chapter of her life could look like. The news has sparked a huge wave of reactions online. Some fans are excited and happy to see the Busby children growing up and moving forward in life. Others feel shocked because it feels like just yesterday that the Busby girls were toddlers running around the house. Adam and Danielle themselves appear to be experiencing mixed emotions. Like many parents, they are proud to see their daughter growing into adulthood. At the same time, the idea that their little girl might one day walk down the aisle is something that naturally brings a lot of emotions. In many ways, this moment represents a new era for the Busby family. For years, the focus of their story has been raising the Quintuplets and managing the challenges that come with having 6 daughters close in age. The family's daily routine often revolved around school schedules, family activities, and the unpredictable adventures of raising a big household. But as the girls grow older, the dynamics of the family inevitably begin to change. Blayke, as the oldest sibling, has always been the first to experience each milestone. She was the first to start school, the first to explore teenage interests, and the first to begin thinking seriously about her future goals. Now it appears she may also be the first Busby daughter to begin considering long-term relationships and what adulthood might look like. Adam Busby has often spoken about how emotional it is for him to see his daughters growing up. Throughout the years, he has shared many heartfelt reflections about fatherhood, explaining how quickly time passes when you're raising children. Many parents watching the Busby family can relate to that feeling. One moment your child is learning to walk, and before you know it, they are making big life decisions and planning their own future. Danielle Busby has also opened up in the past about how proud she is of Blayke and the young woman she is becoming. As a mother, Danielle has always encouraged her daughters to pursue their dreams and develop strong values. Blayke's personality has often been described by fans as calm, thoughtful, and mature. These qualities made her stand out even when she was younger, and they continue to define her today. That is part of the reason why so many fans believe she will approach relationships and life decisions with a great deal of care and responsibility. Of course, the idea that Blayke Busby could be ready to think about marriage doesn't necessarily mean that wedding bells are ringing immediately. Instead, it reflects the fact that she is entering a stage of life where long-term relationships and future plans naturally become part of the conversation. For Adam and Danielle, this shift is likely both exciting and emotional. Parents often say that raising children feels like watching a series of chapters unfold. Each stage of life brings new joys, new challenges, and new experiences. For the Busbys, those chapters have always been shared with a massive audience. Millions of viewers have watched their daughters grow up, which makes moments like this feel personal not only for the family, but also for fans who feel connected to their journey. As news of this big family update spread across social media, many fans began sharing their thoughts and reactions. Some followers expressed disbelief, saying they simply cannot imagine Blayke being old enough to think about marriage. Others commented that time truly flies and that it feels like the entire Busby family has grown up alongside the audience. There are also fans who feel proud, noting how beautifully Blayke has matured over the years. Growing up in the public eye is not always easy. Being part of a well-known reality television family means that many personal moments are shared with the world. Yet despite that pressure, Blayke has managed to maintain a grounded and balanced personality. That is something Adam and Danielle have always worked hard to encourage in all of their daughters. Family values, faith, kindness, and responsibility have always been central themes in the Busby household. These principles have shaped the way the girls approach life, friendships, and personal goals. As Blayke enters this new stage of life, those values will likely continue guiding her decisions. For Adam, the thought of one day giving his daughter away at a wedding may be both heartwarming and bittersweet. Many fathers describe that moment as one of the most emotional experiences of parenthood. It symbolizes the transition from raising a child to watching them build their own life and family. For Danielle, the experience may feel equally powerful. Mothers often develop a unique bond with their daughters, and seeing them step into adulthood can bring a mixture of pride, nostalgia, and excitement. Of course, while Blayke's future is an exciting topic for fans, the Busby family still has many years of memories ahead as a household. The Quintuplets are also growing quickly, each developing their own personalities and interests. As the years pass, more milestones will inevitably arrive for the Busby daughters. School achievements, personal dreams, career goals, and relationships will all become part of their evolving story. And just like every other stage of their journey, fans will likely continue following along with curiosity and support. What makes the Busby family special to so many viewers is the authenticity they bring to their story. They have always shown both the joyful and challenging sides of family life. Whether it's the chaos of raising multiple kids or the emotional moments that come with parenting, their journey feels relatable to many people around the world. Blayke's possible step toward thinking about marriage is simply another reminder of how quickly time moves forward. The little girl who once helped feed her baby sisters has grown into a young woman who is starting to imagine her own future. For longtime fans, that realization can feel both exciting and emotional. It's a moment that highlights how much the Busby family has evolved since the early days of their television journey. And while no one can predict exactly what the future will bring, one thing is certain. The next chapter of the Busby family story is already beginning to unfold. As the Busby family continues navigating this new stage of life, one thing has become very clear to Adam and Danielle: time moves much faster than they ever expected. When the couple first welcomed their quintuplets into the world, their entire focus was simply surviving the chaos of raising 6 very young daughters. Those early days were filled with sleepless nights, endless diaper changes, and the overwhelming challenge of balancing attention between all the girls. Blayke, being the oldest, experienced that transition in a way that was completely unique. One day, she was the center of attention in the family. The next, she suddenly had 5 baby sisters who needed constant care. For many children, that kind of shift could have been difficult. But according to Adam and Danielle, Blayke handled the change with surprising maturity. Instead of feeling pushed aside, she embraced her role as the big sister. Fans often remember moments from the show where Blayke would help comfort one of the Quints or try to make them laugh. Those small moments revealed a lot about her personality. Even at a young age, she showed compassion, patience, and leadership. As the years passed, that same personality continued to grow stronger. Blayke developed her own interests and hobbies, just like any teenager would. She began focusing more on school, friendships, and discovering what she enjoys most in life. And while her younger sisters often bring a lot of energy and chaos into the house, Blayke has gradually become one of the more grounded voices in the family. Adam has mentioned in interviews and social media posts that Blayke sometimes feels like a second helper in the household. Not in a way that places pressure on her, but in a way that shows how naturally responsible she has become. Danielle has shared similar thoughts. She often talks about how proud she is of the young woman Blayke is becoming. For Danielle, watching her oldest daughter grow up has been a mix of pride and emotion. Every milestone reminds her that the years are moving forward faster than she expected. The first day of middle school. School events and activities. Family trips where Blayke now acts more like a young adult than a child. Each moment becomes another reminder that the future is approaching quickly. And that's exactly why the recent conversation about Blayke's future caught fans' attention. When Adam and Danielle casually mentioned the idea that one day Blayke might be ready for marriage, viewers immediately started reacting. Of course, the comment was more reflective than literal. They weren't announcing an engagement or suggesting that anything was happening soon. Instead, they were sharing a thought that many parents eventually experience, realizing that their child will someday build a life of their own. For Adam, that idea brings both pride and protective instincts. Like many fathers, he admits that imagining his daughter growing up and possibly getting married someday is a little overwhelming. In several family discussions, Adam has joked that no one will ever be good enough for his daughters. While he says it with humor, there's also a genuine emotional truth behind it. Parents naturally want the very best for their children. They want them to be happy, safe, and surrounded by people who truly care about them. Danielle often laughs when Adam says these things, but she also understands exactly where he's coming from. Raising daughters has given both parents a deep appreciation for how important guidance and support are during the teenage years. And right now, their main focus is simply helping Blayke continue growing into the confident and kind person she already is. Marriage may be a future milestone someday, but for now, the focus remains on family, education, and enjoying the present. Still, the conversation sparked a wave of reactions online. Many longtime viewers of OutDaughtered admitted that hearing Blayke described as someone approaching adulthood made them feel incredibly nostalgic. Some fans commented that it feels like just yesterday the Busby family first appeared on television. Back then, Blayke was a little girl adjusting to the arrival of her 5 sisters. Now, she's becoming a teenager with her own identity. That transformation has been fascinating for viewers to watch. Reality television rarely allows audiences to see children grow up in such a real and continuous way. But with the Busby family, fans have witnessed every stage. From baby bottles and strollers to school events and teenage conversations about the future. That long connection is why even small family updates can generate big emotional responses. Many viewers feel genuinely invested in the Busby girls' lives. They've watched birthdays, holidays, vacations, and everyday family challenges unfold over the years. So, hearing Adam and Danielle talk about future milestones naturally sparks curiosity. What will Blayke's life look like in the years ahead? What dreams and goals does she have for herself? And how will the Busby family continue adapting as each daughter grows older? Those questions are part of what keeps fans engaged. Because the Busby story has never just been about raising quintuplets. It's been about family growth, parenting lessons, and the emotional journey of watching children develop into their own people. Behind the cameras, Adam and Danielle have worked hard to create a supportive environment for all 6 daughters. They encourage individuality while also emphasizing the importance of family unity. Each girl has her own personality. Some are energetic and playful. Others are thoughtful and calm. Blayke's role as the oldest often places her somewhere in the middle. She understands the responsibilities that come with being a big sister, but she also enjoys being a teenager with her own interests and social life. Adam and Danielle do their best to balance those dynamics. They want Blayke to feel supported, not burdened. They want her to enjoy her youth while also learning valuable life lessons. And according to many fans, they've done an impressive job guiding their daughters through the spotlight of reality television. Growing up on camera can be challenging for any child. But the Busby parents have always tried to keep their daughters grounded. Family values, honesty, and kindness remain at the center of their parenting style. Those values are exactly why viewers feel so connected to them. The Busbys aren't perfect, and they've never tried to pretend they are. They share struggles, disagreements, and emotional moments alongside the happy ones. That authenticity has built a strong relationship with their audience. And as the girls grow older, that relationship continues evolving. The idea that Blayke could someday reach major life milestones, including marriage, is simply another reminder that time keeps moving forward. But for now, Adam and Danielle say they refocused on enjoying every moment they still have with their daughters at home. Because once children grow up, life inevitably changes. And if there's one thing the Busby parents have learned over the years, it's that every stage of childhood passes faster than expected. So while fans may be surprised hearing conversations about the distant future, Adam and Danielle know something very important. The present is what matters most. Family dinners, weekend outings, silly moments with the Quints, conversations with Blayke about school and dreams. Those everyday experiences are the memories that truly shape a family story. And for the Busbys, that story is still unfolding. With 6 daughters growing, learning, and discovering who they are, the journey is far from over. In fact, according to Adam and Danielle, some of the most exciting chapters may still be ahead. Because as their daughters grow older, new opportunities, challenges, and unforgettable milestones will continue to appear. And fans will likely be watching every step of the way. As the Busby family moves forward into another season of life, Adam and Danielle continue to reflect on the incredible journey they've experienced together as parents. Raising 6 daughters has never been simple, but it has given them a perspective on family that many people find inspiring. When they first became parents to quintuplets, life instantly became a whirlwind. Every single day required planning, teamwork, and an enormous amount of patience. There were mornings when the house felt like complete chaos. 5 babies crying at the same time, bottles needing to be prepared, diapers needing to be changed, and one older daughter who also needed attention and love. Looking back now, Adam often says he wonders how they managed to keep everything together during those early years. But somehow, the Busbys found a rhythm. They learned how to rely on each other. And they learned that laughter could get them through even the most exhausting days. Blayke grew up watching that teamwork between her parents. From a young age, she saw how important it was for family members to support one another. That lesson has stayed with her as she's grown older. According to Danielle, Blayke has developed into someone who naturally cares about the people around her. She notices when someone is feeling left out. She offers help without being asked. And she tries to make sure her sisters feel included and appreciated. Those qualities are exactly what Adam and Danielle hope all their daughters will carry into adulthood. Because while achievements and milestones are exciting, character is what truly defines a person. And Blayke's character is something that continues to make her parents proud. Of course, growing up in a household with 6 daughters also means there are plenty of moments filled with energy and noise. The Busby home is rarely quiet. Someone is always laughing, talking, or running from one room to another. And while those moments can sometimes feel overwhelming, Adam and Danielle know they are part of the memories that will one day become priceless. One day, the house that once echoed with children's voices will grow quieter. The girls will move on to new chapters of their lives. That thought alone is enough to make any parent pause and appreciate the present moment. For Adam, the idea of his daughters growing up has always felt especially emotional. As a father, he feels a deep responsibility to protect and guide the girls as they navigate life. He wants them to feel confident in themselves. He wants them to know their worth. And most importantly, he wants them to feel supported no matter what choices they make. When people talk about the possibility of Blayke eventually getting married someday, Adam often laughs and says that moment is still far away. But at the same time, he understands that life moves quickly. And that kind of foundation is something truly special. No matter where life eventually takes her, Blayke Busby will always know that the place she started, the home filled with laughter, sisters, and 2 proud parents, is the place that helped shape the person she is becoming. And for Adam and Danielle, that is the greatest achievement of all. Because at the end of the day, their goal was never just to raise children. It was to raise strong, kind, and confident daughters who would one day go out into the world and create beautiful lives of their own. And watching that future slowly unfold is a journey that both parents and fans will continue to follow with pride. And as fans continue following their journey, they know there will always be new chapters waiting ahead. Because growing up doesn't mean leaving family behind. It simply means carrying those relationships forward into the next stage of life. For Blayke, that journey is only just beginning. She still has many